All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're watching us from today. We are live for a very special episode of our monthly leadership series for the month of April. So I believe we are just trying to gel energy. So there are some of you who I know will be joining us soon. Please, as you join in, let us know in the comments by dropping some emojis. Let me also try to drop the links on the community group so that others can see us and quickly join us while we get set to get started. All right. All right, guys. So I'm trying to get the link. Just let us know as soon as you join. Drop some comments in the comment section. Let us know you are here. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. All right. So welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. I just dropped the link on the community group, so I expect that people will start joining in. I'm monitoring the live here also, so I will be looking this way and this way at some point because I'm also checking how it's going. So nice to have you guys here. Please let me see those who are with us already and are set. Let me know in the comments. Drop some comments. Drop your name. Let us know where you're joining us from. Where are you joining us from? Let us know in the comment section your name and where you're joining us from. Are you joining from Lagos? Are you joining from Port Harcourt? Are you joining from any part of the world? Are you joining from the United States? Let us know in the comments. Just your name and your location, right? Our speaker is already set and is ready for the value we'll be sharing with us. And so please, we don't have so much time as he's already here waiting to be brought up stage. So please let us know where you are joining from. And if you were here in the last episode, you joined us in the last episode of our leadership series, you remember the topic for that session was a beam of hope. Beam of hope. And we delved into the subject matter of hope and how you can craft out a future desired for yourself out of the most unexpected of circumstances. And so today will be a very powerful session, quite different from the last session we had. And so it's going to focus on finances. I know this is a very big challenge for many persons in the world, many young persons who are starting out. It will surprise you or shock you to find out that there are people who actually make some good amount of money in a year. For a few, will be shocked. I do a practical analysis of this. I get people to record all the money they make in their year, right? And when you find out at the end of the year, you do a you know total rundown, and then you get a compiled this a lump sum. You will find out that some people are making money in millions, but then when you check their account balance, there's nothing to show for. There's no savings, uh, no investments. Everything is just wasted away because of lack of financial planning, lack of financial intelligence. So we want to see how we can break that bias, break that mindset, and help us to be better prepared for our future. Because obviously, you will get to that future. Your future is the one you create for yourself. So you have to start now, to begin to work and save and invest for that future that you're expecting. So I'm seeing some persons joining in. You're welcome. You're welcome. Please, as you join in, let us know. I will be showing some of us on the screen. This is Peace from Lagos. Peace from Lagos. You're welcome. Amazing having you here again. I think I would consider giving you an award for being consistent. You've been here for probably almost all our sessions this year so far. Welcome on board. We have Marcus Friday from Port Harcourt. Nice to have you here, Marcus Friday from Port Harcourt. Then we have Anu Grace also from River State. Anu Grace, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. I want to see some energy in the building. Please drop some fire emojis that I'm celebrating you as I'm welcoming you. Let us see those fire emojis. I have Courage also, Courage Wago from Port Harcourt. You are welcome. I have Richard Monday, my man, Richard Alpha. You're welcome, you're welcome. Richard from Port Harcourt. I think we have lots of Port Harcourt people here today. I guess others are still joining in and they're going to join us. So we have Esther Shiamaka Njoku from Port Harcourt. Shiamaka, you're welcome. Nice having you here. Thumbs up to you, right? And then we have Divine Favor from Port Harcourt. And there are quite a lot of you joining in. You're all welcome, you're all welcome, you're all welcome. It's amazing having you guys here. Deborah also just joined in. Deborah, you're welcome. Deborah from Port Harcourt, you're welcome. I'm seeing the fire emojis. Good. That means we are getting pumped up and set for tonight's section. Tonight's section will be massive. It will be mind blowing. I just want you to have your pen, have your paper, have your notepad or whatever beside you, because what you're going to learn today is going to be premium. It's not something you will see just anywhere. It's not something you just find in any, even in paid conferences. You will not get the knowledge you will get from today's session to help you able to plan and charter your finances such a way that you'll be proud of yourself in the next 5 years, 10 years when you go back and check your result and see what you are doing. It will, encourage you, right? You will be encouraged by it. You'll be excited by what you will find out. So, without wasting much time, I would like to bring up our speaker for tonight's session up on stage as soon as possible. I'm going ahead to invite him up now. I would read some citations about him and then I would allow him to come on stage. I don't know. Let me confirm if he's set to come up. All right. All right. So I'll just read a little bio about our speaker for tonight, and then I'll bring him on board. Yes, so he's set to join us live, so I'm bringing him up on stage now. Um, Good evening, sir. Greetings, sir. You're welcome
Uh,
on board.
Good evening.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. We are so excited. We can't wait for the value that will be dished out here tonight. People are already dropping some fire emojis and their location to show that they're excited. I'm happy to have you here. So, quickly, let me just bring you up with the little citation, and then I would hand over the floor to you or the mic, the stage to you. Thank you very much, sir. So, um, Engineer Chisom Njoku is a graduate of the University of Port Harcourt, studied electrical and electrical engineering. He's also a master's degree holder with distinction from the Department of Information and Telecommunications Engineering, also from the University of Port Harcourt. He's an IT and digital marketing consultant, my boss in the digital marketing industry. He's a managing consultant and founder at Summit Integrated Services. He's also a digital media and advertisement consultant to UNICEF WASH Project, World Bank Africa Centers of Excellence, Uniport Corporate Organizations, etc. He's a result-driven digital media and online advertisement expert. He has delivered several solutions for Tier 1 companies and organizations, higher institutions of learning, amongst others. He's also a sales coach. You need to hear him talk about sales, although today is not about sales, but you need to hear him talk about sales. You yourself will know that there's something he has giving him the results he's getting, right? He's a sales coach, he's a brand innovator, and also an advertiser. He's happily married to Anita and is blessed with a son, Tobeshuku, a very handsome boy at that. So you're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. We are so glad to have you. So please, I would like to hand over the mic and the stage to you so we can partake of
Thank you.
on
Can you hear me? I don't know.
on your
Am
Yes,
I
I
loud
can hear
and
you
clear?
clear. Yes, sir.
All right. So trying to present
Okay, great.
my
All
slide.
right. Awesome.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So let's talk about finance. Yeah, it's cool. It's. I mean, it's a good thing.
So I can't
In the
hear
world.
you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you. I think you were cut off at some
All
point.
right. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so it's an exciting thing to be here again and talking about the major things that run the world. Okay, money runs the world. Basically, it's not a bad thing if people get to know about money, and that's why it's a financial intelligence. Just the way we talk about academic intelligence, we talk about career intelligence, there has to be financial intelligence, of course, because the bottom line most times for everything is money, and there's no need to shy about it. So let's have intelligence and how you can grow a fat purse. Now, I love the fact that what is written there is growing, not just making. It's a very success is an overnight thing. You take time to grow it, and once you grow the purse, it's there for you. So I'm going to give you some pitfalls to avoid. Citation has been given. So this is the aim of this to ensure that you discover yourself. Some people just have to discover yourself and define your purpose. Then practical tips for making, keeping, and multiplying your money. Interactive session with some ideation. Okay, then we are going to also push you. So actually, it's a slow process. It could look slow, but if you quit, it's not going to speed it up, right? Quitting won't speed the whole show up. So you just have to stay on track and make sure that you're doing the right thing. I'll just tell you a bit about me now. Talking about financial intelligence and also starting out, I just have to tell you the story. I registered my company, Summit Integrated Services, as an undergraduate. So from year three, I paid my school fees from year three to date. And the reason why I paid that school fees was not that I was broke. My parents sense of responsibility. That I mean, I could make enough money to take care of myself, so I just had to take it up from there. Then I've believed in, that self hustle, being totally instead of just being dependent on friends, parents, and benefactors. I just believe that someone can stand out for himself. So much in the power of people, friends, interest, and influence. These are some of the major forces that move the world. You have the interests, your interests, and the interests of people around you, and the influence they create. So these are very powerful stand when it comes to the money game. So I started hustling early enough because I got to read the parts in the Bible which it is a good that a man bears his. So I tried as much as possible to make sure that I started quite early. So it helped me to make the mistakes early enough and helped me to go through the process early enough. And I'm grateful for where I am. Though I'm not where I ought to be, but I thank God it's a good journey and I'm thankful. And so talking about finances too, I made my first meal at 24. So I invested in real estate. I mean, got my first property at that time, and I developed so much capacity. I kept building myself because I knew I didn't want that to be the last meal I will ever have. Then also too, I lost that money. I mean, at 26, I lost a lot of money due to, but in the end, I made it back. Okay, so I just want to give you knowledge of a truth that is the secret of most great men, and I want to just tell you that this. So I want to pay attention to the things I'm going to hear shortly because it's going to change your life forever if you take action. All right. So now this is me doing my for so it's nothing. Not one mysterious guy. So I think that's my hostel. Nothing. Room 302. That's on the last floor, block C, and that's my matriculation. That's so. I just want to let you know something that some of you who are students and some of you are just fresh graduates, some of you are core members. If you look at this screen, you'll be thinking this is a football match. But I bet in 2011 or thereabout, I think, yeah, there were this recruitment exercise for Nigerian immigration of people who came together to scramble for jobs. So if you're still playing with finances financially, then I think you should give a rethink because it's no longer as it used to be. So the competition is wide, and I mean, you just need to put in your best. Okay. So let's talk about something now. I always like to do a little mindset reshaping each time I'm called to talk to people. As at 2022, the multi-dimensional poverty index survey showed us that more than 63% of Nigerians are living less than $1 per day. Now, of course, if you want to do that ranking, you see that a lot of people are poor in Nigeria. So you may want to think that things are tough, things are scarce. How can I? So just I tell people that just like we have a lot of mosquitoes in the hostel, then I tell them this world is far more than the whole number of mosquitoes that come and disturb us in the hostel. Then, so what am I trying to tell you? That get rid of this casting mentality. There's money everywhere. There's a lot of problems to be solved. There's a lot of value to be created. If you can do this, then sure, you're going to make money. So let's talk about the law of abundance. Now, there's a lot of money it. So you can have all you want if you can work for it, not just work for it, if you can attract it. So there's plenty of money available to you. There's really no shortage because I mean, there's no time you go to the car mall and they'll tell you cars are finished. There's no time you go to the restaurant and they'll tell you there's no food again. No, once you have the money and you can pay the price, it's going to you can have it. You can have it really. So you can virtually have all you really want and need. So we live in a very generous universe. And we are surrounded on all sides by you truly desire. So open up your mind. So your attitude of whether you want abundance or scarcity towards money to have a major impact on you. Have a very poor mentality about money. I mean, they have this scarcity mindset towards money, and that's why they are poor. And for those who are rich, is they've got a poor mind, and they know what it takes to take the right steps to make money, and that's why they are rich. All right, so I want to talking about the abundance mindset. I still tell people that look, the number of billionaires in the world as at 2023 by wealth source 20. I'm talking of billionaires in dollars, not in billionaire in naira. So anybody who's a billionaire in dollars is a trillionaire in naira. Yeah. 2024 billionaires around the world are self-made. That means they started from the scratch. They did not have any rich backing or background. They broke out, right? And then we have 561 who are inherited. I mean, there is a combination of both, and they grew some of them. Then the lowest there, which is just 207, inherited their own wealth. Those who are born rich into a rich family and all that. So you can see that the higher population, that's times 10 of what you have of the inherited, are those who self-made themselves. So poor background and I align that to limit you. That's just a wrong way to think. Have a new mindset and have a new result. That a lot of people check around, a lot of millionaires, billionaires today will tell you their story that they started from the scratch, they started from really nothing. But wants you to change your mind. Please avoid the scarcity mindset. You know, it means there's a natural limitation. It means there's shortage. So now there's no scarcity, right? Are just unavailable to make enough wealth for themselves, and that is why it looks as if there's scarcity of wealth. There's no scarcity of wealth. There is abundance. Trillions of naira change hands every day. Every day, people are buying, people are exchanging. Airports, you see transactions going on daily, millions just changing hands. So ask yourself, why am I not in the loop? Why am I not having things that people can give me money for? So this is where you start thinking and you hack your mind. So there's money everywhere. We have what we call competitive wealth and the creative wealth. You can compete as follow what everybody is doing. You have the creative wealth yourself and create your own wealth. It's all up to you. So wealth can be created, you know, it can be created like you can create wealth for yourself. And like I showed you the charts that more of the people you see there created, they are self-made problems or adding value to people. These are the two major ways you can, create wealth. So anybody you see today who is wealthy is because they solve problems, and they're adding value to people's life. The hospital makes money because they solve problems. I mean, people, imagine all people that are going to die if they are not out there. The bank solve your problem. You can't keep all the cash you have in your house. You'll be afraid people will come and steal it. You may lose them, but the bank keeps it for you, and that's why you pay those services on transactions. All right. So wealth. Anytime you talk about money, don't just by solving problems and adding value. So you ask yourself, how much problems am I solving, and how much then you know the way forward. All right, I'm going to talk about profitable business planning for those of us who are into business. That every day of your life, what you should be thinking about as you go to work is how do I make a new customer? How do I retain the customers I have? How do I make money now? How do I protect future. These are the four things all your activities should rally around on. New customers, retain the ones I have by good customer services and better offers, then money now and the money future. These are things you're going to ponder on. So let's talk about the money backs. Problem solving skills we do are to solve problems one way or the other. So a good doctor will help people save their lives. A good financial analyst, a good tax officer, a good accountant will help businesses avoid bankruptcy and all that. And that's what they're paid. Those who distinguish themselves are paid well and getting things done. We're talking of the bad road from Akwa Ibom to Cross River. A lot of people travel to Calabar, and there's an issue with the road and all that. Someone has come up. I saw it in the news. Has come up. He has built boats that's going to take people right from Uyo. Before now, the boat right from Uyo to Calabar. He has found a value. He has created value. And made people to have a better way of life to get things done. And it's going to make him money for that. Okay. Someone stood on his own and invented Zoom. Better way of getting things done. And he's being paid for that. People pay everything. Let me just tell you, Apple itself, Apple sold over 200 mind blowing. In fact, it's more than the GDP of many countries put together. Okay, so these are wow, there's no really big deal about it. Now let's talk about there are four. I want to come back to these levels. One is survivor. You're trying to get income so that I can afford the basics of life. Then two is security. You have a predictable income so that can take care of your basics. So you're a bit financially secure, so to speak. So at least you can manage largely leveraged. If something happens to you for the next 6 months to 1 year, I mean, it's not going to touch you. You're still going to get floating. The significance is when you become a bigger. I'm going to talk more about that. So I want to also tell you about your income management. Now, have four types of income. You have income. Now, some of you don't know how to manage your income, and that's why you keep working year to year, and there's nothing to show for it, right? I'll tell you something. One of my personal stuff, why I get the little success I get with even the barest income, my income to expenses, and not just income to expenses. The ratio of my income to investment portfolio and income to is that I know how to manage the various income portfolios practically well. And that is why I'm going to say this state government is working. Why do you say they are working? Because they're able to manage the resources that come in either the federal allocation or their internal generated revenue. They use it to do two things. One, recurrent expenditures and capital expenditures. Capital expenditures are the physical other things that they do. So you as a human being too, you should be like that. You should have just a government. You can say an economy is a failing one when you have a higher ratio of recurrent expenditure to capital expenditure. You're just spending to pay bills, while capital expenditure meaning you're getting assets. So just like you say, an economy is trying to go downwards expenditure. So this is exactly what happens to you as a person. If you spend too much in just paying bills and you don't keep funds for capital expenditure, which is acquiring assets, you'll be working year in, year out, and there's nothing to show for it. All right. So, but having a good financial literacy is going to help you to manage your income properly. It's not really how much you earn matters, but it doesn't need to be too bogus. If you're able to manage have, and you get a fat purse. So now let's talk about the simple wet triangle. Now, the first step is you make money through a high income skill. I always tell people high income skill or job. All right. Then you talk about you grow and invest that money. Money is not just for 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 fun. It's not just to spend. You invest, you keep saving till it gets to substantial amount, then you invest. All right. So when you say people are rich, they are wealthy. Why are they wealthy? Now in economics, we have four factors of labor. We have land, we have capital, we have entrepreneur. Control these four factors of labor. I mean, they own lands, they own and control lands. You agree with me? They own and control labor. That means they have people that work under them. They have skilled and unskilled labor. They have entrepreneurship, top brains, and they control them. When I mean control them, their time, they have them in their team. All right. Then they also have other things they control. They have a lot of assets that keep making them money. So your ability to grow and financially stable. Without that, you'll be working year in, year out without anything to show for it. Okay. So let me just tell you that when a new DTI, so there are opportunities everywhere. So for those who are still complaining, the media has been democratized using the social media. I mean, before now, just to talk to patients, but today you have the social media, you can access the world. It's even your 500 naira data. I mean, if you don't leverage it, I mean, you have yourself to blame. So, I'm a Christian, of course. I'm going to give you some lead script financial literature. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge in Hosea 4 verse 6. What it means is that a lot of people are suffering because they don't have knowledge. I mean, people don't even know how money works. People don't even know how real estate works. People don't even know how stocks work. People don't even know how to save. People don't even know how to get information. I mean, harness good financial information. And so when you're not that kind of person, you lose out. Now, as a young guy in 2012, 2013, information. So I mean, they tell me these are offers that you can supply some items, character, and also to integrity. I was getting, I got a contract then to supply stationaries, and now the nature of the work is that you supply first and then you get paid after. Sometimes the paperwork takes close to 1 month before you get paid, but you're going to mark it up. So what happened is that when I did the first one, I found out I didn't have enough cash. It was around 120,000 naira there about to get that done. So that gave me the problem that guy you need to save. That means the better, the bigger your capital, the more you can chase opportunities. So if you eat everything and you don't have good capital, you see opportunities pass you and you can't do anything about it. So I set that conscious. I say, I'm going to have 150. Can meet up 150K as my capital for this month. I would like it. So what happens is that I meet up the 150. I use that 150 and produce, like, let's say, deliver on the job of 200. I make 50K extra. What I'm going to do is that now I'm going to share it into two. The 25K goes back to my capital. So I now have 175K as capital. Then I manage my expenditure within that 25. So I keep growing the expenses. But that's what a lot of folks don't do now because I mean their consuming appetite is so wide. Right? Then when I saved more, I was like an ardent saver then because I knew the power of capital, right? Capital. So when opportunities come, they are just helpless, right? So people are destroyed because of lack of money. So they don't even go enjoy themselves online. It's a very risky. It's a very risky thing to put your financial future. No, no, no. You have to chart the line forward. So Lamentations 3:27 says it's good for in life helps you. Like I told you, from my year two, I started in life. Year one, year two, I already started. In fact, in secondary school, after finishing secondary school, I didn't get to university immediately. So I had to, to work. I was able to learn the trade then. I was able to gather some money saved. It's good that a young person bears you. I mean, it's ridiculous when I see some people 50, 60, security men and all that. See them cutting grass, see them doing some menial jobs that normally someone of their age should back to this. It is good that a man bears his yoke in his youth when you still have life. So you can take the risks now, right? Then commit your works to God and their thoughts shall be established. So you should have a mind of success, a mind of financial buoyancy. Then if you lack wisdom, ask of God who gives to all men. Liberal. Most of the problems we have are not money problems, but they are wisdom problems. People fail to think. People don't take good decisions, and that's why they are suffering all their life for it. So then iron sharpeneth iron. So a man sharpened the countenance of his friend. I'm a high benefactor of having good friends. Look, I can count the number of friends who are my age mates, but I have senior friends, people I look up to, and a lot more of them are people who are doing far better than me. Far. In fact, I feel very unsafe when I'm with people that people I'm better than. Like when I mean I'm safe, I just feel I need to go higher to get to the present one. So when you have good friends, when you have people who share the same vision, I mean, you're going to run with it. They become a poor that deals with the slack hand. If you're always dealing with the slack hand, you'll be poor. People who are poor are those who are very slack. You're slack when it comes to investment, you're slack in savings, you're very slack. So you're going to be poor, right? And I don't want. I'm talking about money. People shy away from talking about money. They just pretend. But let me tell you, poor men are only seen but not heard. I don't see where they regard poor people. I'm telling you, when you are poor, you read it on your own in Ecclesiastes 9, verse 15 and 16. You know, I read the KJV version. It said, now there was found in a poor part of the city, yet no man remembered that same poor man. He said wisdom is better than strength. Yes, we agree. But nevertheless, a poor man's wisdom is despised, his words are not heard. So when you are poor, nobody hears you. So come up, when you're poor, you greet people, they're afraid that, oh, this man is not going to bill me. But you cannot call him to ask for one thing or the other. I mean, you become a nuisance, you become a liability to society. You don't have your self worth. I mean, it's a very pitiable thing, to be poor. And that's why I avoid poverty by all means. Fight it like a strong force. All right. So let's talk about some misconceptions people have about money. A lot of poor people say that they are wealthy, they are dubious, they're doing a lot of have a blocked mindset about money. Someone say money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. It is the love of money. In fact, not having money is the evil itself. Many things people do today is because they don't have money. There's some things you can't even be bothered with if there's enough money. Many of the challenges you have today, look at your life, is because money. Money is lacking. Then financial sources are unattainable. Some people are writing themselves off. I talk to someone, you just say, if I can just get a job and just because can I be able to not two-bedroom flats, I'm okay with it, man. And he has written himself up. He has written himself up unknowingly. Unknowingly, he has written himself up. But don't write yourself up. Don't think success is achievable. So, like I told you, that's why the first thing I tell you is that open your mindset and see that there's abundance. That you come from a poor home doesn't mean you're going to die poor, right? You can get something for yourself because you can create wealth for yourself. So, don't is putting the work. Money can't buy happiness. You see what poor people used to console themselves. Money can't buy happiness. They are not happy. Who told you? Are you happy without money? I mean, are you can't pay your rent without having to disturb 4 or 5 people. You can't pay school fees without having to bother people. You can't pay basic bills without having to bother people. You are just a nuisance to everybody. I mean, like then you now come and say the rich people can't buy happiness. That's just trying to console yourself. Some people will say these are vanities. You won't take your mansions to heaven. Is it your keke napep you will take to heaven, or will you take your one room to heaven? I mean, these are some of the crap people talk about misconception about money. Then the wealthy people have some parts of the country where because of politics and other funny things, we will just make money by flight. But it's not have to set processing and that. Then investing is only for the wealthy. That's why some people are poor. Now look, you have to invest to be wealthy. You don't have to be wealthy. The parable of the talent is there. If you have one talent, invest in one. If you have two, invest. So you start investing from where you are. So get information, and I'm going to give you. Now, a lot of poor people are poor because they just ignore their financial problems. In fact, they cause their problems and they ignore it. They won't work, they won't work, they won't do anything. You see their shop so lousy and all that. And when the problems come, they'll just say, don't worry, one way or the other, it will be solved. We are depending on God. And, we're in Africa, anything can happen. You can beg, people can help you. You can ask for one assistant one way or the other, people can help you before you know it fizzes out. And you keep calling it grace, keep moving like that, living life on the air. That's a very wrong way of living. So these things are very poor misconceptions. Then prosperity, gospel bias, and overemphasis on marital, on material blessings. A lot of people now in it, receiving it, tapping into it. Fine, it's as good as it, but you must work. You must work. That is true. So some people have this misconception that if I can sow, when they hear testimony, if I can sow, so person sold, he got a miracle. Miracles happen. The miracles are not recurring decimals. It happens out of mercy. But to have a clear predictive route to success, you must be intentional to discuss financial matters. It's very sad when people just shy away from financial matters. You can't sit back and discuss financial matters and say this. So I looked at my calculator and checked, and I'll say, look, how much is the salary? Life, I can't do this kind of no, I have to do something bigger and better for my life. So don't shy away from financial. Think about it and get the best. Now, this is one part where people fail. Be brutally honest with yourself. One of the things with these are these are young generation, we overrate ourselves. How are you doing now? What are your people are just trying to pad themselves, package themselves, and that's why they are suffering, right? Be brutally honest with yourself. Have a lower benchmark. Let me give you an example. If you listen to when the budgets are presented, the national budget, they give a benchmark. They'll say this budget was presented based on the bench. Even if the country produces like 2 million barrels per day, they will lower the benchmark at 1.8. Knowing that even if it goes down, so then even if the cost of crude is like $60 per barrel, they will lower it to $40. What it means is that you lower the benchmark when it comes to your income. So that you don't overrate yourself. A lot of people just do it and they patch up die. their businesses die. They just go online, make a lot of hype. There's nothing in there. 1 year, 2 year, nothing come out. Businesses folding up, and they just make it. Be real with fact. We're talking of social visibility. Some of us we just hype this social visibility, right? When it comes, except your business has to do totally with online hype and online. Do your normal visibility online, do your sales online, but not making too much name and bragging online, and you now look bigger than you are. No, so know what they know your earning abilities. Don't work of earning abilities. No matter what it takes, you should know your earning ability. You can calculate it in your head. What's the highest number of what I can sell a day? What's it you can project and say, oh, forget it, hitting me, but I can project my earning ability to be so this thing. You look at my salary, I can project my earning ability to be so month. Know your earning abilities, know your strengths emotionally, financially, know your strength, know what you can do. You're the shy type. Then if you know that you can't market, you can't do this stuff, then you can't be a business person, because a businessman you have to be in front, you have to say, you have to talk about it. You don't have to be a weakling because people are going to take advantage of you. Then also people just go about chasing their wants, and that's why they're struggling financially. Know your needs. These are the basic things. No, you have to start first survival, solve your basic needs so I can have extra money to invest, extra money to save, extra money to put on other areas that can make you more money. But this is where we will have challenges. People don't want an iPhone, you don't need it. You need maybe another Android phone just for connectivity, and use the rest of the money to go and do other more meaningful things. But no, people don't want that. They want just allow the quests, the and that's why they keep struggling. Know your expenses. Be factual. Know your expenses. I have a tracker that I have my expenses, so I know okay, this is how much I spent. There's a clear, tracking of this expenditure. So this helps me to know that oh, this is what it to keep it financially, except your income is infinite. But your income is not infinite. What I mean it, you just have to budget. So if you're not good with money, find someone who's good with money and save the money. You can have that's why I have a lot of things like piggy vest, you have a lot of stuff. Some people once they see money, they know your financial strengths. Now, know your financial strength. Like some of us who are very good with saving, know your strength that oh no, so figures today, I'll still save it and all that. So know your financial weaknesses. Some of you, your weaknesses that not just that you can't stand on this thing, other things, or maybe on charity or any other stuff like that, and you find out that you're spending more than you should require. So I mean, know your financial weaknesses, so you work against it. If you're the emotional type, then also know your financial projections. Know it. So the thing is that you don't go big to plan. You plan to go big. So is this culture, like I say, growing a fat boy, is this culture of planning that will now make you go big. Else you keep struggling. Then this is very important to developing your mental muscles. One of the reasons that many people suffer, they pass through whatever they pass through, is that they don't really think. If you see the kind of decisions people take, you wonder, do these people really think? And because we have people with very poor mental muscles, they don't think over options, they don't think over investment and all something like that. And that time was promising people 30%, after the whole stuff. That was sometimes in 2021. Yeah. I thought this is going to fail because I looked at it. I had to go through over the offer. There's no clear product or service. All the products they're claiming, the this thing they have is not there in the market. No clear product or service, and they're going about doing, you know, every business is very frugal at its first 2, 4, 5 years to break even. I told you it's going to fail, but because people don't think, they just saw the money, they saw the offer at 30 minutes. Think you go back to yourself, look at your family, look at it. Oh, my parents were civil servants. This is how it ended. Maybe they did one or few things, they did this, and this is why they're able to get 1 or 2 times. We know how they struggle to pay our fees and all that. Think again, is this the same cycle I'm going to have? Am I still going to struggle to pay my children's fees? I mean, if you think, you avoid a lot of problems. When you think right, you make right decisions. It affects culture of decision, kind of things you're going to do. So make this as a point of call. Whenever anything is brought for you, stretch your mental muscle. Think. Don't just take decisions like what thinking is. You have a cup of tea, right? You put your Milo, you put your milk, you put the hot water. Can you just drink it like that? You can't just drink it like that. You're going to stir it up. So this is what happens exactly when you think. When you think, resources are there, knowledge is there, but you stir it up. Thinking is like stirring it up. You begin to see things differently. You now begin to take better decisions. You now have a better tea. If because people don't think, they keep suffering and becoming vulnerable to those that think. Of course, they're going to be used cheaply by those who can think and use them. Look at Africa, for example, that the colonial master, take us there, sold adults. I mean, people, men, healthy body adults for mirrors, for plates, for pots, clay things. If you read by those who know how to use their brain. So let's talk about building wealth. To build wealth, you must make money, you must keep money, you must multiply money. Now, in the course of my talking from the first time, you'd have seen me hammer on things about making money. So, how do you make money? You solve problems, you create value, you look at things around and be an opportunist. Now, what do you mean that when you see problems, don't look at problems from a problem side, be an opportunist. See opportunity. If there's anything in the eye and tap them. Even the ones I can't tap, I look for people who are stronger than me mentally, stronger than me when it comes to, the wherewithal, not just money now, the networks and all that. And I get them. Right. So talking about opportunities, let me give you a very practical example about how money is. You're not thinking sometimes, not when I mean thinking, some people don't just want to think, they don't just want to look at the solution part of the problem, they keep complaining. Some people complain as if they are being paid for complaining. I'm going to tell you, like 210, 211, then we had post UME, then it used to be crowded because it was not computer based, it was still handwritten, crowded. And this is now what happens. There are a lot of people come from far. A lot of people come from far and they don't know where to stay. Now we're in the hostel. Right, that time it was still cubicle. So it's very easy to lease it out. And we're in the hostel now. These people are looking for where to stay. I just walked up to some of my to them that supposed to is coming. This is so thing. I'm going to get some people. I'm going to rent for the room for the night. The guy going to crash out for the night per night. It's fine for you. Says all right, cool. 1.5 in night, you're in the hostel, there's lights, there's everything. It's okay for you, like just to pass the night. It's fine and cool. Now everybody is happy. The problem is there's no place to stay, and all those people are having a problem, and people in the hostel are broke. And now here's the problem. This is the solution. The solution is that, oh, you're going to get money, these guys are going to be lodged, and me that have the entrepreneurial to look at opportunities. Sometimes even when you see an opportunity, for an example, when I went to serve, an opportunity stared at me in the eye. The palm sec of the ministry I was going to, had some issues. Immediately I just jumped into it and I told him, so I can recover this. As I did that, He brought me closer and said, "From today, you'll be my PA." That's how those routine things I know that he does, and try to make it easier for him. His emails, all those memos, I'll save them, keep it so that when it's time to do it, staff could be some of them, not all. I mean, some of them could be I already have it. So if you just give me a draft in less than 10 minutes, me to opportunities. He started opening windows for me, making me associate to some of his friends. As I'm talking with the friend, I'm trying to chip it in. What are you doing on your computer? I'm designing websites for a client. Oh, you can design a website? Yeah. So before you know, they give me job. So you make money. So keep making money by solving problems for people. Look at where you can add value to a place and how you can monetize it. Those are key things you can do to make money. Be very concrete about it. This is it. I tell you about money, how to know the value of money you're making. Look at the days of trade by barter. And what happens is that the guy that has yam is going to go to Chuba market and go to meet the guy that has oil. So value of it. So people are going to pay you not what you think is your worth, is what they think your worth. That's in tangent with the volume of problem you're solving for them, or the volume of the value you're creating for them. So that's how to make money. You have to just keep looking out for things that you can do or get. You can see it. You have end income. You can have a job. You can make money from the job. Then profit too from buying and selling. You do contracts. You can make money from it too. Then talking about interest, people lend most time if you lend money, I mean you're going to hear stories, except you're going to do it formally. They have realities, people who you have ideas. Now these are some of the things that you can do even as capital gains. Some of you are young now, you have a lot of time. Buy properties, you still have time. Do 4 5 years, that have potentials. Buy it 4 to 5 years, going to flip and go. So let me just give you another story. Sometimes you open your mental eyes, you see opportunities will come in. I was just talking with building material. I was like wondering how. Say he doesn't keep money in the bank. You buy building materials like rods and keep. Now let me tell you the truth. That is how that guy flipped. That's a good example of capital gain. He bought rods at a time when Y16 was as cheap as 4,800 naira. That brought to you where he has see has some stuff up there. You know how much it costs now. Go and look at the capital gains he's making. See it, get the information needed. There are many things you can use to put your money and make some capital gains in it. Then let's talk about keeping money. Budget well, you're going to lose your money. Anything not planned for is going to be wasted. If you don't plan your time, you waste it. I don't know if you've noticed it did with your day. If you don't plan with your money, it's going to waste it because I mean the money doesn't have any direction, so it's going to be lost. It will just diffuse everywhere and get lost. So I mean you're going to lose money if you don't know how to budget, if you don't know how to save. All right, so many people don't know how to save, and that's why they suffer. They live paycheck to paycheck. I mean, I so much, but year in year out, you can't say anything because they can't save. The moment you have is old, you just want a bigger car immediately, and that's all. So they just live, that luxury life. Yeah, it's enjoyable, it's a fun life, but it's not a sustainable one, right? So the goal now is you make your money, you keep accumulating it to save it till it gets to a point where that money can be leveraged as a good capital. Then you throw it in and invest. You make more again. I mean, these are kiosks today. Tomorrow they've moved to 2 kiosks. Tomorrow they've bought another shop. Tomorrow they've done this thing. At this moment, you're saying this man came to this town with Baku bag and two slippers. Today, this way is it's just simple thing they rinse and repeat. While others are living large, they just keep repeating this: increase your capital, get more funds you can leverage on. Then multiplying your money. Only very few people can do this. Talking about it, you need a lot of financial literacy to multiply money, knowing where to invest, knowing where to throw your money in, and don't be emotional with it. Like, the numbers are really where the money can go. Like I told you, someone saves money, invests his money by buying materials. Another person goes there and gets stuff. He knows when it's going to be cheap. A lady from Benue said she buys palm early part of the year. I don't know when it's cheaper. She buys and keeps it. I know what, when it gets to the time where it gets high, she sells it again, and so much money like that. So there are many things you can do to multiply money. So you just have to think about it. Are going to school, graduating with a good job, and getting a high paid job in a blue chip company. Now the whole stuff has is profitable. Look out for opportunities. They provide solutions with your skill, sell to the market, and build, you know, a business for yourself. Now, these are the things you must do in making the choices of the kind of value, business oriented, and scalable, right? Relevant meaning it must solve relevant problems, recurring problems, because you don't just want to be earning once and you're done. No, you want to be in an industry where there are recurrent problems to solve, recurrent values to keep, so that you're always in business, or you're always in, you're always relevant in the scheme of things, and you keep getting money about it. Right? There are many low value skills, very, very low value skills. Okay. So, when you talk of skills like all that, yeah, nothing bad about it, right? All those lower ones, because they don't want to stress themselves mentally. So they go there and ask yourself, how many volume out to make the kind of money you would want, right? So you need to look at it. You must go for something that has high value when you're starting out. For you, your breakout points, your breakout factor will be easier for you. Then business oriented and scalable. Go for something that is scalable. When it means scalable, don't just have this mindset that everything is going to revolve around you. No, look at the fact scalable. A lot of people are going to be on my team and going to work for me. When I started at first, I was running, I was doing everything by myself. With time, because of the business orientation, I have it doesn't overwhelm again like before. I have people who just throw it over. I do my Q&A and follow and make sure everything is done. So this is what you must do. You must succeed. To succeed in career and to add value to the industry, you must do this. All right. So now let's just do this bottom line approach. When you decide what you want, build capacity, skill up, because you can't save when you don't make. You can't multiply what you've not made. Skill up, right? Volunteer and collaborate. Now I see a lot of people, you just start out and you just start charging high and all that. No, volunteer or collaborate. Go to people. Let me give you a secret I learned. This, I don't just go to big people and just go and propose solutions, so because sometimes they don't know you. It's just like going to a big company or going to the state ministry or anywhere to just go and propose something, and some other things are playing out. So I looked at it, man. There are some regular people who always get jobs for these guys. So I go there and go and meet them. They're the ones I don't really need to charge my get deliver on one project, deliver on the second, deliver on the third. They put me into the team. So once I'm into the team, anytime as they are winning, I'm winning. That is a sure way to get it done. So you don't just come with that big say that you want to charge everything right now. No, you have to penetrate in. So one of the easy ways to penetrate in is you have to use either low cost and give them enough such that they want to incorporate you into their team. Then sell yourself as a solution. You know, always sell yourself as a solution. Don't just sell products and services. Sell solutions to problems. Let people know that, oh, you're coming from the solution angle and not just a salesman angle, not just a trader angle who just want to transact. You know, sell yourself as a solution wherever you are. Then focus. There are hard times ahead, you know, on the table and focus. So I'm rounding off with this on this fine. I'm going to come back to, yeah, income management. So we have linear income. These are the things you work for. Your salaries, your basic one. That one is linear. That's if you don't work it, you won't get it. You have linear income. So this your linear income is what you should hinge your expenses on. Your linear income. This is what happens. I have as many income sources as possible. A mindset of becoming a harbinger of skills. Meaning, I just had this ideology, just like you go to a provision shop, you have a lot of things being sold. There's salt there, there's sugar there, there's milk, there's Gary there. That woman is going to see money every day. Why? If people don't buy Gary, they'll buy this one. So when you're a harbinger of skills, you're like a shop, a moving shop. So if I don't get money from printing, I'll get money from graphic design. If I don't get money from graphic design, I'll get money from video web design. If I don't get from there, all my skills, and funny enough, all those skills I do, even photography as at that time, I still shoot to today. There are some shows I still go for when I'm free and shoot and still get some funds, you know. So I mop up. So I have a lot of income. You have a lot of income sources. So what happens now? You match your routine income to some routine expenditures. I don't know if you, your let's say transportation for an example, there's a routine income you get, you match it. So what happens now is that when you match your routine income, some of your routine income to routine expenditures, what happens is that when leveraged income comes, you're able to save all of them 100%. I don't know if you get the point. So you're able to save your leveraged income 100% because you're using your linear income to match your because you're sweating for it and you're paying for it, right? So you're going to be more prudent. You won't take it by the risk. Is matched with an income. So at the end, when you have leverage income, you can save it. When you have windfall income, at the time they just come and say, look, we need somebody who are doing something. We need you to just help us. 50 caps, 150 branded shirts, this thing, everything comes up and last high value branded shirt self making over 8 figures at the spot. Then now you will not think that that's the same money you're going to be making a lifestyle to that new person. It doesn't work that way. So what happens is that when you match your linear income to your linear expenditure, you can save, you are saving your leveraged income, you are saving your windfall income, you are saving your some stuff that people just renew every year. And it's to me it's passive because I'm putting little or no effort apart from the normal support services and for it. So it's passive income. And so I'm able to save all these ones, then you can invest in increasing your asset control. When you see people who are wealthy, they have a lot of assets they control. So two things are powerful here: ownership and control. You must be rich and wealthy. And so you ask yourself, at my level, what assets can I own? Or what assets can I control? So you make money on this note. Look at the government too. I tell people, look at it. What are your recurrent expenditures? Do you have a budget? Do you have what's the benchmark for your income? What are your recurrent expenditures? What are your capital expenditure every year? It should be an increase. every year of your life. If you've not done it well like this in the past years, fine, there's nothing bad about it. It's never too late to get it right. Go back to the drawing board. Be very honest with yourself. It's a very hard thing to be logical. It's very, very hard. It's very hard to be real to yourself, but be real to yourself. Bring the table back. Some of you don't. There are some expenses you're having that you don't really need. There's some things you're doing now that, in fact, you don't have businesses doing it. You're just trying to bloat your on how do I make more money? I've told you, have more sources of income. Then how do I save money? You look at block all those loopholes that take your money, then you increase your investment portfolio. So when will not be too interesting again. Yeah, you watch them once in a while, but now you start looking at business times, you start reading newspapers, you start looking when real estate guys are talking, you are not putting your ears deep. In the normal bar, what do they call it? Shop where you go to buy inclination for it. This place is happening like this. So this one, you're putting your head there. Like I just had agriculture, one or two things and all that. I threw my feet and I found out last year that it was kind of profitable. So I'm back again to it in that sort of it. So you have an antenna like for information, profitable information that's going to make you, a good living. Thank you very much. I just hope I've not blown out my time. Okay, I'm within the frame. Thank you.
Okay, amazing, amazing, wonderful session. Thank you so much, sir. Wow, wow, wow. Lots of amazing, amazing, wonderful session. Thank you. Lots of powerful stuff has been shared tonight. I'm really, really, really um, filled up with lots and lots of information, lots of value. Please let's celebrate our speaker. I mean, I wasn't even expecting the quality of presentation that we just got. It was massive. It was massive. It was massive. It was massive. If you got value from tonight's section, let us know in the comments. Let us know that one thing that you got. For me, I never thought about the different types of income management, um, the leverage income, then the normal income from work, the windfall income. Never thought about those things before, but surprisingly, I think I will need to show that slide again. I will need to show that slide again. Um, income, the leverage income, the windfall income, and the passive income. It's massive. It's mind blowing. Shows that you don't have to settle for one stream of income. Like you should not settle for one. I think that's one of the major things I got from tonight's section, and I think that should be one of the major things a few of us should also get from tonight's section. And it reminds me of the book I'm currently working on, Six Streams to Six Figures, which I think I like six different ways you can make money from one scale. So that there are lots of ways, there are lots of channels that you should not just settle for one. Because if you have several, it means you can save from the others. You can live on one and save on the other. And then from there, you can invest and make more and multiply your money, just like we've learned tonight. So, really, really amazing stuff. Really amazing stuff tonight. Powerful, powerful stuff shared by our speaker. It was loads of value. I'm still waiting for us to see our comments. Let me know that one thing you learned, something you are picking up from here, something you are going on with, something you are excited about. It will be an aha moment for you. Let us know in the comment section. One thing, one thing, one thing. And then if you have questions, if you have any questions, I think we have a few minutes to stay before we wrap up tonight's section. But if you have our speaker is still here with us, if you have any question at all from what he has said tonight, and probably from anything that has to do with finances and how to manage your income and even your business, the money coming in to increase cash flow, that you could ask in the next few minutes before we call it a night or call it a day. depending on where you're watching us from, right? So I'm scrolling through the comments. I'm still waiting for us to drop our comments. And while I wait for that, so I would just like to do a short, should I say, broadcast. So this is the Inspiration monthly leadership series, and we do this every month. This is for the month of April, and this is the fourth edition for the year. It means that we still have quite a lot of other amazing sessions ahead of us. We do it third Sunday of every month, and we gather like this here to get value on leadership, business, and on career growth. So today we talked about money, talked a lot about money, and I have learned so much. Uh, my eyes have been opened, my eyes have been torn, my eye don't tear. So I want to believe that you also got value from tonight's session. So next month we'll be meeting here live again and also continuous. So make it a date, right? Every third Sunday to be with us to get value about leadership, business, and career. Okay, so and if you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please do so immediately, right? Find the subscribe button around and hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so you can get updated whenever we bring out cuts, other videos coming up live here on this platform. All right, so in the absence of questions, I can't see any questions coming in. I think we'll have to wrap it up here because we are also working with time. I was supposed to end quite early. Our speaker had so much value for us tonight, and then we couldn't stick to the time frame, and I just could not stop him because the information was so powerful. We needed to get every bit of it. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. I would like to see those notes you got, things you learned. You couldn't drop it here on YouTube. You can drop it on our WhatsApp community, our WhatsApp platform, and then we can discuss more on that in the WhatsApp community. Our speaker for tonight, thank you very much, sir. Chisom, we are so grateful for the time, so grateful for the knowledge. You just shared with us your personal life experiences and then the things that have worked for you. And these are things that are premium. People would have to pay heavily to get them, but you have given them to us just for free. We are so grateful and we are happy for the value you have given us to them.
Thank you. Thank you.
God will bless you mightily. All right. Sorry, I got interrupted there. Thank you very much, Chisom. We are really grateful for this powerful session today. All right, so I don't want to end, but we have to call it a day here. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Thank you for being here with us. Please do help us share this link when you are done. Before you leave, as you're going out, click the share button, copy the link, and share on the WhatsApp status. Let those who were not here and could not join us today also partake in the value that we gave out in this session. So, Charles, till we meet again, ciao, and make sure to always live your best life. See you next month for another amazing session. Bye bye.